Okay, so this is how you quickly set up a preset to use with Mecalizer and to get mecalizing. So first step, go to Megabricks and go to your workshop. In here, we're just going to add in the parts you want. So we're going to add in this piece here, and we're going to make them go against the negative blue line here, because in Blender it switches it. So we're going to have a 1x1, a 1x2, and a 1x4. And then we're just going to add in, let's say, some sloping pieces. So we're just going to hide these parts. Alright, I want this slope right here. We're going to move it so that the middle stud, or the bottom left stud, is in the middle of the scene. So you do that for these as well, and make them all aligned in that direction. And if you want one that's wide, you just move it like so. So you do this, and you put it like this so it goes on this axis here. I'm going to add in a 1x3, a 1x4, and then some of the higher slopes. So just click on them down here, and then add in some of the upside down slopes, like so. Okay, and that should be it, I'd say. Or if you even want to add in some angled pieces, so brick angles, you're just able to add this. So for these ones, they'd be placed like that. And now if you want to place, say, these ones, you place them like this, and the reflected one on that. So it does, so that one has to be on the other axis. And these have to be like this because the starting point would be ideally a stud. Don't do it like that. So yeah, we're just gonna add in this piece here, and then we're gonna Alt H, and I'm just gonna give them all a color just so I can know what's happening. And we're gonna export that to Blender using the Megabricks add-on. I'm using the Megabricks Advanced add-on. It should not matter which one you're using. So locate the file. So open it up, delete the empty, select them all, go to Mecalizer and click Setup Parts. Basically, it set all their origins and make sure everything was ready to go. And we're just going to select them all again, click on the Finder, and then go to your add-ons folder or go into your downloads and export the Mecalizer zip. And inside of it, you will find the brick presets and the plates presets. Here, since we have no plates, using a brick preset will save time. So we're going to use brick presets. So just like that, it adds in all the parts that we have selected automatically. So we then hide them, create a new object. So we're going to do it to, let's say, an icosphere. Alright, so here it is. And just like that, one click, it converts it to Lego bricks. So we can delete that, make it even bigger, and click Mecalize. And it would take a little longer because it's bigger, but it shouldn't take too long at all. I also recommend keeping in mind the size of the parts. And there we go. You see, look how big that is. It's a giant ball. So it's using all the parts that we gave it to use. Even the angles. So yeah, all those slopes. But also you can delete this by just deleting the collection. So let's try this on some terrain. I also like I said before, just show some parts so you know the scaling. So we're just gonna make it like that. And you gotta make sure it's a solid object. So what you gotta do here, we're just gonna select it all, do this, and then scale on Z by 0. And then you can just set it to like here. There you go. And we just click the Mecalize right here and give it a little bit. And just like that, you have a terrain. So you can hide that, and you can see it's a lot of parts. So if you go to statistics, this is 15,000 parts. If you go underneath inside of it, you can see it even does it underneath, which looks awesome. And with this, of course, you can go to rendered view. So yeah, you can just see like this, all these different shading setups. And from all of them, I like this one the most. It looks great. Now the next thing that you can actually do is pretty simple. So we're going to delete that, bring back our landscape, and we're able to go to Vertex Paint. Make sure that the Vertex Paint here is called color or anything like that to avoid any problems. And with this, I usually like to disable front faces only. and then we can start coloring. So you can do it with any colors, but it's ideal to use the Mecabricks color palette. So I'm just going to scale this mountain down a bit. And I have a screenshot of the Mecabricks color palette. This way I can just go into here, click on the color, click on the eyedropper, and select a color. So now we're able to paint with that. I think we're good here. So if we go to object mode, and we're just gonna go here and click Mecalize, but don't do that just yet. You gotta scroll down, go to color, and we're going to go to select texture colors. Then click use vertex colors, and you use the active vertex color. But also if you do it, you won't notice any colors being applied. So what you do, just select all of your parts and add color input. So if you go to their shaders now, you'll see an attribute called cull is connected to the color automatically. But if you don't want to do that for every part and you don't want to mess stuff up, you can just click override material and select one of them, and it will just use that material for all the parts. Anyways, let's just find out how this little mountain will look now. Click Mecalize, and just like that, we have it all generated, and it may be like, oh, it's all red. Well, if you go to rendered view, you'll see that the colors are now applied, and I think it looks amazing. Yeah, it's using the Mecabricks color palette, which is awesome because it won't just use non-Lego colors. Yeah, so there's the last few things here. You're able to randomize the parts, their transforms, just like in the Mecabricks add-on. I'm going to set that to 1. And you also can change the layer thickness to save time. And also, if you're really curious about deleting portions of it, you can go and click Tab, switch to vertice edit mode, and you can just move them out of the way. I recommend adding toggle X-ray and moving that. And if we go to rendered view, you'll see it's fully made of bricks. So yeah, that's how you use the add-on. If you need any help, just let me know.